Hey, what's with the suitcase? Let me show you. How cool is that? This is a 1949 Rand Remington typewriter, and it works. And what I want to do is I have some index cards that I want to turn into recipe cards as kitchen keepsakes. Hi everyone, my name is Mary Lou, and this is Create Junk Journals with Mary Lou. Without judging, I'm going to show you how I am going to create a recipe card. And I have a journal that I'm working on, so it is actually going to be specific for this journal. And this is not like typing on a computer keyboard. Whoa, I'm in the wrong spot already. That's okay. I need to be right there. Now, the cool thing is that this is not going to look like you printed it on a computer. This is going to be uneven. The ink is not going to be the same, the whole bit. So it's actually perfect for a junk journal. And now I can see everybody running to the thrift stores to see if you can find a typewriter. I've been very lucky at Facebook Marketplace and at an auction house where they sell lots of vintage material. So this was one of them. And yes, I am typing with 2 fingers. It takes so much power to hit these keys. It is not like typing on a keyboard. Trust me. I know where the letters are because they're in the same spot, but that is really just about it. $3.26. Now I wish I could do like that flourish, you know, when you're done doing something on a typewriter and you just flourish it off, but I can't. Look how cool that is. That is so neat. And yes, I know that it is not perfect, but I wasn't looking for perfect. I was looking for something that looks pretty much from the time that I am trying to create from. So I'm going to do the other recipe that I have, and then I'll be back. I am not going to make you sit through it. And then I want to decorate this up a little bit and turn it into a beautiful keepsake that you can put into like a recipe box, or you can put it in a recipe journal or something like that. All right, I'll give you guys another view of this beauty. I have 2 index cards that I had already coffee dyed, and I typed out the recipes on there. Are they perfect? By no means, but how cool is that? So I'm going to close this baby up and put it aside, and then we'll decorate those index cards up. Okay, so just like these are fantastic, right? The typeset is perfect. The font is vintage. The cards are a little damaged, and I definitely did not type properly. You know, like right here, I make mistakes, but how cool is that? Does it matter that it is not straight and that it's not even? And no, not to me. This is like a perfect piece of ephemera. So I have this cluster that I just found in my stash. And it is actually the perfect color, and I think I can stick it right here, and then I have one pretty much done. That's like, because it doesn't need a whole lot. If you watched my video on Saturday, you will have seen that I am working on a lavender and coffee journal. So I have my lavender distress inks here, and or my purples. And I'm going to just, instead of framing this with vintage photo or walnut stain, I want to frame it first with a dusty Concord. I am already thinking 5 steps ahead. So I just want to get a little purple on here, just to give it the lavender feeling. So that's all I'm doing. And just giving it like a little bit of a hint. And that's what makes the distress inks so beautiful, because they are translucent, they are not opaque. So you can go over it. You can go over coffee dye with them, and you get a hint of a color, and it's not going to cover it completely. The coffee dye will shine through. There we go. And I've never said I was the perfect inker or anything like that. So I'm just going to go over it, make sure that it is as even as I can get it. That works for me. And then I'm going to take my distress ink, and I have walnut stain here, so I'm going to go a little darker than what the vintage photo is. And then all I'm going to do is, just as per normal, just ink around the edges, and that takes away a little bit of the purple edge and brings back the coffee color. The rips I am accentuating on purpose. And I think I want to round the corners just a little bit, not a lot. So I'll just take like the smallest punch here and just cut the corners off just that little bit, and we'll just ink them back up so they're not white. There we go. And then when I put this on there, like that, it is beautiful. I do have a little bit, I've been fussy cutting. And so I have a little bit of lavender images here. I have this one. And I think that would look really cool. So I'm going to ink this up. And I may just put an image of some lavender sprigs underneath it. And I'm going to rumple this up right away because it's just too clean and too pretty. So when I do it like this, then all the folds and stuff that I've done are accentuated a little bit. And then I have this little thingy of sprigs, and I know that there's another one. I know I cut it out, but apparently it has decided that it doesn't want to come out and play. It helps if you look in the right spot. Does this fit right here? If I put this over here, like that, and then I have a little one that can go right there. I think that is cute. It does what I want it to do. So I'm going to ink around these very carefully. So this kit, when this video is released, will be available in my Etsy shop, just because I don't want to not make it available for you guys. But I did create it for my use. So, you know, it is not something that I have created for distribution. It is really for my use because I am working on that journal. I need to go a little bit further out. Okay, this one I can glue down. Instead of me sitting here yabbering at myself, I just need to glue one down, and then I know that I am starting to be in the right spot. So this one can go right there, right alongside the recipe. And then this one can go right there, but I need to kind of angle it a little bit so that it goes like that. And then I can cut this piece off. So let's get some glue on here. Apparently it's sticking to the glue that was already on the page now, which is okay. There. And then we'll put glue on here. And we'll stick this down. And then we'll smooth it out. And it is a super simple way to make an embellishment for a recipe card. Just like that. And how pretty is that to put that inside a journal? I don't have the journal that it is going in ready yet, so let me just show you in my 1950s Retro Reverie journal how it will look. Keep in mind that the colors are not going to be perfect, but I can put it in like this and turn it into a top pocket, or I can put it in like this, and then it can be a side pocket, and it makes for a really lovely embellishment. But of course you can also turn it into a flip out. You can do that. So the journal that I'm working on is 5.5 by 8.5, and I wonder if this is the right size. ruler. This is 6 inches. So no matter what, this is going to be too big to fit inside neatly. So I am going to have to go like that, which is a good thing to know, because then going forward, I will type at a portrait style as opposed to a landscape. But I absolutely love this. So let's decorate the other one as well. And I don't have another cluster like that, but I have a whole lot of other stuff here that I can turn into a cluster, just similar. So I have some flowers, and I don't want to make it exactly the same because that would be boring. Let's see. I thought I had thrown in a loose just flower piece. Yes, I did. So I can put this inside of that. And I'm going to use my 3-in-1 glue for that. So just put a little glue in there, and then we'll stick the flower right in there. Oops. Just let it sit and dry. And then what else do I have here that I can use? I don't have a lot that is in lilac. I have a piece of, oh, this must have come off of something. I can feel that it's been glued to something before. That's okay. So this is a piece of vintage crocheted lace. And I have the scarf that I used on there. I have here as well, and it is the right color. So I'm just grabbing my scissors. And just see if I can rip that. Obviously not. So I'll just rip it like that. And make it fray nicely. I like it. I like it when it's frayed like that. And it can go right on there. And then that will go right there. But I need something else that can go underneath it. Of course, every time when I'm recording and I'm on a time crunch, that's when my phone says, yeah, I'm out of storage. Right when I'm in the middle of something. So I finished this cluster, and I put the little label on there that says Depuis 1939, which is 1939. And I put that all together, and I think it's really pretty, and I'm just going to put it right there. So I'm grabbing my 3-in-1 glue again. Right there. And sticking it down. And how absolutely lovely is that? But, like, just so you know, I am kind of covering up boo-boo right there. So you can't really see it, but it is right there. And then I did put the strip that is part of the kit. I put that there, and I put a little strip of fabric on this side. Just to balance out the heaviness of the cluster on that side, which is what I did here too, but this is a little bit softer with the lace, so then I could go a little softer with the flowers here too. I needed to be a little heavier because this feels a little heavier. So then I'm going to put the little It says à conserver au frais, and that means to keep cold. With the lavender syrup, that is the perfect edition. So I am going to glue this down right there. And then I am gluing the little bunch of lavender right over top so that it can go. It'll be part of the pocket. I already inked around everything. I did all that. So this was just a quick little, this was really just a quick fun little project. It was more about using the typewriter, which I haven't done that yet, and that was exciting to do, than what it was about what I was actually creating. But I like the idea of the kitchen keepsakes, and I like the idea of typing out recipes on index cards. How absolutely lovely is that? How beautiful. I just feel so lucky that I have that typewriter and that I can create my own vintage ephemera just like that by coffee dyeing, inking it up, and putting some beautiful digitals on there, some wonderful fabrics that are also vintage. And yeah, there we go. Done. Easy. That was my ABC April for the letter K, and I think I nailed it, you guys. What do you think? Are you going out looking for a typewriter now? If you are wanting to see more of what I am doing and what I am creating, please make sure you hit that subscribe button because there is lots more coming. Let me show you, give you a little preview. I haven't shown this off yet, but this is what I have. That is all going to go into my coffee and lavender journal. And I think I created this lady, and I think she is absolutely wonderful. I have like labels and florals, and there is cookies, and there is the lady again, and there is some furniture and more labels, and I am going to have a lot of fun with this. Not all on camera. I am not going to work on this on camera all the time because I just don't have that in me. But this is what I am going to be working on, and I will be here and there showing off some of the things that I am doing. This kit is going to be available in my coffee shop. Go check it out. There might be a freebie that will be attached to it, but I haven't decided yet. And I've even created a farm, a lavender farm. That's what I did. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Monday. And I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.